this final lesson on the layer mask, we're going to talk about how it applies to gradients. Well, there's a couple of really nice images that I want to show you, not in Google, but here is Lion03. Look at that beautiful creature there. And speaking of beauty, so we have a fashion model, so you may want to move those both in. Okay, so let's see, let's go ahead and move in the fashion model right now. Open with, and there we go. All right, so we got the lion and we got the fashion model. So what we want to do is see how the gradient tool affects two images by way of the masking layers. So let's go ahead and measure this image size 2300. The lion image size is about 2000, so they're pretty comparable. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's go ahead and select the fashion model. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select all and then edit copy, and then I'm going to go into the lion and I'm going to edit paste. Okay, so as you remember, we want to be able to reveal the face. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and undo the layer lock over there, and I'm going to move the lion on top. So let's see what we can do. Once again, remember, I want to make sure the black is the foreground. Before we do that, always remember to create the layer mask. There it is. Okay, it's now selected. And let's go ahead and select the gradient tool. Some of you may still have it at the paint bucket tool, but if you do, change it to the gradient tool. Now before we do anything, let's make sure that this makes sense. Let's make sure that the faces are lined up so when I do apply the change, you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the opacity a little bit, and what I want to do is make sure that both models, okay, have the eyes that are matched up, and as you can see that the lion's eyes and the lady's eye are not matched up. So I am either going to move the lion. Let's move the lion. So let's move the lion. Well, actually no, you know what, I better move the lady. So in order to do that, the best way for me to do this here is, let me show you another way of doing this, is to try to use the guide. Okay, remember this ruler right here, view, and rulers are, there it is right there. So Command R. Okay, once you do that, you can go ahead and drag the guide from the ruler, and look at that, right about there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and put this right here. So we'll try to make sure that the eyes are kind of centered here in the guides, and we'll put one at the base of the nose right there. So that way now we can go ahead and take the lady and move her so that the same thing, we've got the eyes kind of matched up, and as you can see the image is a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead and do edit free transform, and let's see, free transform, and I'm going to go ahead and try to shrink it a little bit. There we go, and I think that's good right there. So if I was to bring back the lion, lower the opacity, okay, oops, I should select this, there we go, lower the opacity, and okay, looks good. Alright, good. So that's what I want to do. Now to make the guides disappear, I can just go ahead and go to view, and instead of I can go ahead and select clear guides, and there they go. Alright, now let's go ahead and try the gradient tool. Again, the black is the foreground, white is the background, and I've got my layer block here selected. Let's see what happens when I go ahead and do this. Look at that. Okay, so now it's sort of like merges. Okay, it looks like a mask that way. Okay, let's see if I can make the face. There we go. Now look at that. That's a beauty right there. So she's got her Halloween costume, looks like a lioness, very beautiful, and that's how you apply gradient to the layer mask. As you can see, of course, you know, you got different options over here. I chose a radial gradient, okay, but you can also choose linear, and linear might be a little bit better. So let's go back and see what we would do with linear. Okay, so move it up a little bit. Okay, well, pretty much the same kind of deal right there. There we go. All right, so that's how you work it.